Hey guys, Romie here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for... What accent is that? Jeez. Anyway, it's for Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 8, Episode 9, Bad Reputation... Wait a minute, is that a Taylor Swift song? Jesus. No. Anyway, we start off with the foolishness. Side note, why was that 7 minutes of Love and Hip Hop Miami more interesting, entertaining than the 8 that I watched on this episode tonight? Wow, that's sad. Well, except for the ending. The ending was interesting. We'll talk about that. So we're going to power through all of this. This review is going to be super short. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I hope everyone had a decent Christmas, a nice Christmas, a fulfilling Christmas, because watching it... So, by the way, we're calling James RJR. I'm not calling him. I'm not giving him any more regular promotion. So his name is now JR. So again, James R's name is JR. JR talks to Jacquet and lets Jacquet know, look, I understand how this all looks, but your girl, you know, she was giving me the feels. I felt a certain way because she came to me a certain way. And because of that, I reacted accordingly. I didn't know she had a situation at home. She wasn't acting like she had a situation at home. Jacquet said, oh, so it was her? Okay, then all's forgiven. There's no issues. Then there's no problems. I'm looking at this like, really? Next thing we know, Mariah Lynn was told, okay, now's your time to come in. Now's your time to come in. She comes in, and of course, she has the girls out. You know, the new and improved girls. Oh, have you guys seen my little twin over there? Anyway. Anyway. James R is looking at her like, oh, so you have some new additions there. She said, yeah. And he's like, you know what? I gotta apologize. And she said, no, I don't want to hear that. But then she goes and tips over the ice saying, you know, you're as cold and dusty in these streets as this. Like, okay. I don't care. Next, we see that Remy and Yandy were at, what was that? Western Beef. Look, if you're not from New York, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Western Beef is a supermarket chain. I'm sure they have other locations, but I only know the ones here in New York. I'm in the tri-state area, originally from the... Anyway, they're talking about Puerto Rico, and I said, that's great. That's great. That's beautiful. But then it goes from that and saying how, you know, about the kids and the families that are displaced to, speaking of someone else's displaced, where is Juju? Where is she? Where is she? We don't know. Maybe she's pregnant. Maybe she's trying to hide it. You know, she was talking about having a kid or talking about children recently with me. I'm thinking, yeah, because your situation has to do with kids. Like, but that's their storyline. They're going to figure out where is Juju. Now, Rich goes up with with Anais, and they meet up with Navarro and Ashley. Because Ashley, remember, she was fired, so she's pissed. She goes and actually greets Anais, but not her man. I'm thinking, what? In what world is this really happening? And she gets upset. She gets upset because Rich was the one that brought them all together, because he felt like this whole management thing, this is an issue. So then she's like, okay, so what relation do you two have? Because she knows that Rich and Anais, they're a thing. And she goes in on Rich like, what's wrong with you? This woman is married. She's married. Why would I go and be taking advice, listening to someone like you that's going, I don't care what your intentions were. Your intentions are trash. She is married. My goal is to be married. I'm not going to go and endorse this foolishness. She already knows how I feel about her, so now it's your turn. Rich couldn't take it, so he left. And I'm fine with how Ashley handled that, because I feel like that's real. Are we really just this whole situation of Anais is married, Rich is... This isn't okay. Anais is married for real. This isn't a play relationship. Anyway. So then she goes on the attack on Navarro, like, why are you even talking? Because I know you're cheating. I know you've been talking to some girl behind my back, and you think that I'm so stupid, so ditzy, and haven't been paying attention. I know you, and I know what's going on. So then now it's Navarro. He gets back home. He's trying to talk to Ashley, and Ashley is, yes, I'm doing this from my phone today because this is Christmas, so this is the only way this is going to happen. No green screen, no none of that. And anyway, Ashley was talking to him and saying, look, you're going there and you're talking to some girl. I see the messages. No, actually I can't because they keep getting deleted. And so I know you're hiding something. I know you're hiding something. He's like, I'm trying to plan something special for you. I'm trying to plan something special for you. I love you. And you know what? I'm not trying to be funny, but I actually believe him. That's the funny part. I actually believe him. But it doesn't matter because it does look fishy. It does look suspicious. She obviously felt a certain way, so she went looking. So she found something. So she's not going to believe anything that he's saying anyway. Now, in the midst of all of that and getting fired and still being upset and aggy about that, because she's like, look, I've been kind of slipping because I feel like you've been doing some stuff. And what I didn't like was it made it sound like she was trying to say, oh, because there's some stuff going on with the business. That's why, I mean, with our personal life, that's why I was letting the business slide. You never do that. You never do that if you have an actual stake in the business. But anyway, she then goes and proceeds to tell him that, oh yeah, by the way, I don't know why you treat me like this, putting this stress on me, you know, instead of me being so blessed because I'm pregnant. What? Yes, I'm pregnant. And he was like, wait, so you're going to go and dip and do this to me and give me this information right now and I don't even have the time to process this and be happy? And what? I said, this better be fake because this is some bull. That's all I have to say. The timing, and Navarro left. He dipped out like, wait, what? And but then again, that's how he's been dipping out in general. Kind of like, this argument, I didn't plan to do all this. But then we see DJ Self. So Self goes and he meets up with Gunz, Peter Gunz. And I said, wait, Peter's still on the show? But okay. Rich is there. He has to ask Curl back. And they're talking about the issues with him and Anais. But actually, more importantly, they bring up Mariah Lynn versus Dream Doll. Dream Doll and Mariah Lynn, they're not on good terms. But it's like, okay, who is Self really focusing on? Dream Doll has Everything Nice. I guess that was the song on the top 20 of iTunes. And so he said, well, right now she's actually bringing in some money as a signed artist. Whereas Mariah Lynn, love her, but she's not. So then they have to figure out who are they going to put the focus behind. And the main thing is, since both of them are signed, he is going to have to make sure that they both get a kumbaya moment eventually. Then we see Jonathan and Trent. They meet up, and Jonathan thought that he was going to go in and Trent like, oh, I was catfishing you. I was doing this. Oh, you were being disloyal. Trent just laughing the whole time. Like, well, speaking of lying, being dishonest, being disloyal, how are you still married? What? Jonathan jumps up. What? I'm thinking, this is public knowledge. You could have gone down to any courthouse, as long as it's not sealed, and get this information. And I felt like everything that Jonathan's kind of done in recent years was relatively public. I guess because of him being on the reality show with K. Michelle. And so then he's yelling like, oh, you're the one that's a liar. Oh, you're deflected. Oh, I was separated. I am separated. You know, everything is fine. You're trying to go and make this bigger than what it is. I'm thinking, well, if it's something, then we can make it big. If there was nothing, then we couldn't. But because it's something, we can. So then he's upset. As we know, we have the planned actors there looking like, oh my gosh, what? Next off, JR. He's there. He meets up with Sophia and lets Sophia know. Well, Sophia is trying to tell him, look, I didn't go to your little event because I feel like that was a trap. I feel like something could have went down. James R. confirmed that by saying, well, yeah, all your people were there. And it was interesting because she was saying, you know, the kiss that she had with JR wasn't much of anything. It didn't mean much. Then he goes, does the jam mind trick and tells her, wait a minute. This dude isn't trying to claim you. He was trying to say, oh, I'm glad I took the baggage. And, you know, you took that baggage off my hands. And I'm thinking, this isn't going to get her. So then she's like, look. It's pretty hurtful that he said that, but it's also hurtful that sounds like, oh, you were pretty chummy buddy with him. He didn't deny it either, because he was pretty chummy buddy with Jacque after him saying that. And so it has me looking at you like, really? Really? Now, with all of that being said, that pretty much is the end of that, because he was saying how, oh, you're my queen. You're supposed to be the queen. JR's queen. I said, oh, God, what? this can't be real like right now. And to make it feel even worse, when she gets up and leaves, he doesn't throw the drink at her. He kind of just like splashes it in her direction. She clearly felt something because she went and splashed a drink right back at him. But she did it with almost a smirk, like, this can't be real. I'm thinking, yes, you're right, this can't be real. Then we see Self. He goes and talks to Mariah Lynn. Mariah Lynn's irked. She's irked because she's trying to figure out, look, I'm doing all this stuff to help, you know, your label, to promote, and Dream Doll, it just feels like you're going and putting all of your attention and affection that way. And he said, look, part of the issue is that you keep doing all these antics. Dream Doll, she's moving out here, and you keep doing all these antics. And so how can I go and put all my focus behind you if you keep doing all these antics? She said, how can I go and work with you if another artist that you're really pining for is essentially telling me that, oh, she's going to go and jump me if, you know, my friend does X, Y, and Z. Or goes to jump my friend, and if I'm there, then I'm just going to have to get it too. Like, really? And I got what Mariah Lynn was saying, where she was coming from, but this whole thing's stupid. Juju, she was reflecting on the fact that her and Cam are no longer together. Romie and Yandy go over there and finally hear from her that she's no longer with Cam. And of course, it's really hard because her friends, who she don't really talk to about stuff, they've been going through a lot of things. Having kids, husbands in jail. How am I going to go and bring up my stuff when the rest of y'all are just have a lot going on? And I said, that's an excellent point. That's an excellent point. So they were just sad. But now they know. Now they know. And God, that really wasn't much to it because we already knew. I felt like if we didn't already know, then I would have been like, oh, but since we already knew. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Barty. What is it? Bartier Cardi. I like the song. Obviously, it's different. I like the fact that it's different from Bodak Yellow. It really is. Maybe has the same overall vibe, but production-wise and lyrics, it's different. Obviously, Cardi doesn't care about that video of Offset, some other girl, apparently in September. That was before the engagement, so I guess I was just like, look, whatever you did up until this point, it's dead. It's done. Moving forward, this is how it's going to be. But anyway, Safari, he's in the studio with Dream Doll and Bree, and Self comes because he wants to talk to Dream Doll and essentially ask her to go and play nice with Mariah Lynn. She agrees to, but she essentially says, if Mariah Lynn wants to get froggy, I'll leave. I have no problems. And this is where he also finds out that Safari and Dream Doll are an item. He's like, look, I don't care, just don't do anything to mess up the music. And apparently they're doing a remix to his song. Trent goes and talks to Jonathan, and this is when Trent was just like, look, honestly, I didn't even realize that we were exclusive. But then again, apparently it sounds like that's my problem. I do that in a lot of my relationships where even though I'm kind of with someone, I don't really see that as I'm only going to be with them. So then it causes problems and people say, oh, it's cheating. Well, obviously it is if it's supposed to be exclusive. And Jonathan said the friend that he got engaged to and married to, it was a mistake. They live on different coasts, so it's been hard to get it done as quickly as possible. But the relationship's over. I don't care. Last thing is, Dream Doll goes and meets up with Mariah Lynn. It goes left because they go and try to speak their piece about, oh, you're talking about my friend, you're talking about my friend, I got your back. No. It wasn't working because Dream Doll does not, I feel like she doesn't really like Mariah Lynn like that. Especially, again, obviously with the whole friend thing. So then all she had to say was, and Mariah Lynn showed that she could care less about Dream Doll. She really could care less about Dream Doll. And then Dream Doll talked about, well, she didn't talk about, but she kind of did the whole, your mama. Now we know all the things that Mariah Lynn's mother has gone through on this show. So the last thing I would expect is for Mariah Lynn not to do anything when someone's saying that. Just period. Just period. Just knowing how Mariah Lynn is, just knowing how this show is set up. There was a lot of security, so they knew it. They already knew it. When I tell you Mariah Lynn popped up on that picnic, I'm saying it just like that, that picnic table, she popped up, she jumped and lunged for Dream Doll. Elevation is key. Security came and caught her with the quickness. I'm telling you. That would have been interesting. I don't promote that stuff. I don't. But if it's happening, I will watch. I will watch. As long as it's not some bullying stuff. As long as it's not some abusive stuff, I will watch. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think.